this problem. Remember the answer we gave them yesterday. You go to them and you say, if I were a soldier, or if I were a doctor, or if I were a policeman, would you tell me the same thing? In other words, if my general says you have to go to the occupied territories and defend them for a while, would you say to your general, no, my girlfriend says it's too dangerous? If you're a doctor and your girlfriend is afraid of you getting sick or catching, some dreadful disease and doesn't want you to go to an earthquake site, are you going to tell her, well, okay, I won't go? You have to say, this is my job. I'm an actor. This is what I do. And if they still can't handle it, you simply say, don't watch the show. My girlfriend, who became my wife, never watched Santa Barbara. She never saw more than 1 or 2 episodes of the 700 episodes of Santa Barbara I did.
Okay. Hem o tarz filme bakanlar kilometrelerce bu filme bakmak, eğlenecek Santa Barbara'sındaki aslındaki millerle bir enstrüman
we wound up getting married. I'm sure we would never have gotten married had she watched the show, because
every other week I was in bed with another woman on the show. So that's one of your solutions, is to simply say don't watch the show. If they still can't handle it, then you either quit acting or you get another wife or husband or girlfriend. But that's a little bit drastic. Good, mama. Okay, before we move on, any questions?
İlk önce neydi sanırım karşındaki göz karakterlerinde.
Oh yeah, we'll do that in just a minute.
In fact, when I cover the first tier, we'll do that. Okay.
Any other questions? No, we'll cover this is basically the approach. Today we'll go through this. This morning we'll go through this so I can give you the vocabulary. Basically, we'll all be speaking so that we're all speaking the same language, figuratively speaking. After we do that, this afternoon, we'll have a camera. I would like to do, how many of you have a monologue prepared? 1 minute, 2 minutes long? 30 seconds. Is it not like an audition monologue or a monologue play that you remember? Everybody? Or no? It can be from anything, from Shakespeare, from play. Oh, doesn't matter. Raise your hand if you have a monologue. If you have one you could do. Do you have one? No. Okay. That's in the regulation. Okay, good. Do that. Do you have, how many of you could have?
I haven't let you go to be the performance.
Oh, right, two, right.
Yeah.
If you want.
Okay,
No,
not today, but tomorrow. Okay. How many of you could have a monologue by tomorrow?
Bizde de hamle şimdi özellikler var. Öyle senin anlattığın. Orada da ben Doğrusun Hamle'nin herhalde oynamışım. Böyle bir ödülüm almalı. Onun diğerleri sadece 2 yıl amaçlarla oynanır. İndirdikten hem iki olmadı. Gezdirten. Onlar çevresiyenlere bakmışsınız da olmalı. Ben bunu anlatacaktım. Demir yükünü hamle kapılaştırdık. Yani hamle var. Hamle var.
Before 2 years ago, they shoot such a film or camera called Wow, and she wants to say his monologue. But he says that he won't have the same effect because he had first studied 2 years ago.
Brush it up. We say brush it up. You know.
Okay, evvela edip tekrar barajın çoğunluğu.
Ben öyle bu olsun diyebilirim.
Biraz.
Ben çok üzüldüm. Ben yoldaşlarımdan farklı olanı niyetle tiyatro anlayışım yoksa tiyatrolarım olmamışım ve niyetim ama süzme kalmam.
Okay. He says that I just don't have any relationship to theater or cinema, and that is why I just don't know what is the monologue itself.
It's not a problem. You know, in America, our audition process demands that you always have some sort of monologue ready at all times, but it's not the same here.
But I know this is monologue.
Yeah.
Not to do enough of it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to the end, I never.
Yeah. Okay, monologues, we won't be able to do much with monologues. We can do a little bit. We can make examples out of those of you that have them. Who is comfortable getting in front of a camera and in front of a class with a monologue? Raise your hand.
Kamera arkasında bir monolog demeye hazır.
Okay, maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll do those tomorrow.
I will
We'll start with
tomorrow.
those tomorrow. Huh?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. Good. Let me see.
Что? Нет, камера, я что, вы меня его.
Okay, after we play with those monologues, we'll probably jump to some exercises today, really simple exercises after lunch. And
Daha sonra biz nahar yemeğinden sonra biz derhal çalışmalardan istemeye geçeceğiz.
And then, as the class progresses, we'll work on scenes. We'll give all of you scenes, or let you choose scenes to work on, and we'll work on camera with those scenes.
Biz bundan sonra işte bir sahneler üzerinde size kısa sahneler verecek veya siz sahneler seçme imkanına malik olacaksınız. İstediğiniz sahneleri oynayabilecek.
And again, the reason I'll go through this now is to give us all the same working vocabulary when we start to work on those scenes.
bunu sizə təqdim eləməklə əsas məqsədim sizə bizim istifadə edəcəyimiz ünlü sözlər toplusuyla tanış eləmək.
As I said before, we look at this not just as a pyramid, as like an iceberg or a furnace, where the real fuel or the real mass is underneath. What the audience sees will have a lot more power because of what's behind it.
Mən sizdən xahiş edəcəm ki, buna sadəcə bir piramida olaraq baxmayasınız, bunu bir iceberg olaraq düşünəsiniz və icebergin aşağıda qalan hissəsini ünlü tamaşaçı kütlə olaraq yuxarıya qalxan hissəsini ise kütlənin nəzəri, kütlənin baxışı olaraq düşünəsiniz.
All of this. And some of this, especially for the older actors, will be very familiar.
Və yaşlı aktyorlar üçün nisbətən aşağı isə çox tanış anlayışlardır.
So for you, it will be review, and you can help me with the younger actors.
Biz bunları sizinlə yenidən nəzərə alacağıq və siz mənə cavan aktyorlarla işləməsini kömək edəcək.
But the best example I can think of for this is probably Chekhov. How many of you have done Chekhov? Have performed Chekhov?
Yeah.
Yes, you have all of them.
Chekhov? Have you ever played Chekhov? That's good. Any Chekhov play. Have they ever been in a Chekhov in a play by Chekhov? Chekhov. Yeah. Chekhov. The dialogue, as you know in Chekhov, the dialogue is a small part of what's going on underneath. And what the audience will care about, especially in serial drama, is everything that's underneath. So you have to treat Cameron's dialogue like Chekhov. Okay.
Can you repeat?
You have to treat the dialogue that Cameron gives you as though it were dialogue by Anton Chekhov.
Siz Anton Chekhov'la bir diyalogu kameralı işləyəcəksiniz.
You have to fill in. Because that's what the audience is going to care about. Besides the way you look and and your physique and your costume, what they're going to care about most is everything underneath the dialogue that you represent for the audience.
Sizin kişiler için təklif elədiyiniz həm fiziki, həm emosional tərəfləriniz hamı piramidənin aşağı hissəsində göstərilir və bu maraqlıqla təqdim olunacaq.
Okay. Briefly, I'll address some of the questions that came up yesterday. The biggest complaint we had was the lack of time for preparation to actually shoot a scene.
Biz en çok problem yaşayıp zaman aldığından hazırlık merhalesinde.
That you arrive on the set with your lines learned, and Vahid says action, and you have to do the scene.
Deməli, səhnədə işləməli olduğunuzu, yaratdığı obrazların sözlərini öyrənmək, bu kimi şeylərə zaman çox az ayrılır.
This will make that a lot easier because you will bring to the set, you will have done your homework, and you will be able to bring to the set and to Vahid a richness and a resonance that he will not have to give to.
Siz indiyə qədər Vahid müəllimin verildi, artıq siz özünüz evdə işləmək şansı qazanacaqsınız, evdə özünüzdə işləyəcəksiniz və bunu siz gətirəsiniz, təqdim edəcəksiniz.
Because Cameron and Vahid do not have time to help each one of you individually with your character.
Çünki məsələləri və Vahid bəyin sizin karakterlərinizi yaptığınız obrazlarla ayrı-ayrılıqda işləməyə zamanınız.
It's going to be up to you to take the skeleton of the character.
Onların sadece sizdə karakterin ümumi quruluşunu, fikrini təqdim etməyə insanlar.
And put flesh and bone.
Put the flesh and bone on the skeleton.
Kişiləri görmək üçün həmin obraza bir rəng qatmaq, məna qatmaq olabilir.
So that's why we go back to basics.
Ona görə də biz yenidən əsaslara qayıdırıq.
So that we can take all of that homework you've done and then take all of the process, focuses that up into that final few moments when the camera is on you and your eyes.
Bütün en kapsatlarımızı bilgilenler hamısını toplayarak gelip çıkarıyor o mertebeyi. Kameradan son mertebesi altındaki kamera sizin üzerinizden, sizin sayenizde.
And then what comes out here and out here and out here will have that much more power.
Ve sizin sizlerinizde, tersizliğiniz daha da sözlerinizde, ülerinizde, emotsalarınızda bir etkinlik.
Okay.
Which one of is the main?
Well, the most important is the heart. In other words, we want, when we get in front of the camera and you start to roll, you forget all of this stuff. Through repetition and through your homework, you'll be able to forget all of this, so that all we have is pure emotion coming out at your eyes.
Kamera karşısında biz artık bizim gösterdiğimiz saf temiz emotsalarımız ve kameradan aşağı sesinde kalanlar artık tekrar neticesinde önemsizleşir. En asıl önemli olan yüreğimizde onu gösterdiğimiz temiz hislerimiz.
But the eye is the window for the audience.
Ve kişiler için gözler penceredir.
Yani her şey beyinden, yüreğden küçük gelmezdi kameradan.
O da onu diyor.
What's that?
Şimdi de everything must come out to heart, eyes, and to represent echo in camera.
Exactly. And the difficult thing about camera acting, I'll talk for a minute about that before I get into this. There are not that many differences between camera and theater acting.
Are you going to give the differences?
Yeah, I'll talk. The biggest difference physically is, and it may seem obvious, but it's less obvious if you've done a lot of theater. In theater, you have to, as we discussed yesterday, in theater you have to push a performance out to a back row. And on front of a camera, it's this close. The camera is looking right into your soul, and it never lies. The good thing is that if you can stay at least neutral, the audience will feel what you're feeling. It's better if you can, if they know what you're thinking and you can show them what you're thinking, but you cannot do that by anything. Let me get this simpler for you. You can't indicate for them what you're thinking. You simply have to think it or feel it. The instant you try to indicate to them what you're thinking or feeling, your face will contort and it will be too big. It might work in the theater, but on camera, it's going to look slightly grotesque.
Bu konuda tiyatrodan farklı olarak sizin İzmir'in kalanını sizinle düşündüğünüzü demeye sizlerden.
The best way I've heard to put it is the theater, in theater you give a performance, and in film acting you have an experience. The American actor Montgomery Clift said you have to speak softly and think hard.
O sesi bir sanatçının güzel danışmalıdır ama ağır düşünüyor.
If you think the thoughts, logically and simply, the audience will follow.
Eğer siz düşüncelerinizi sade ve menfi bulursanız, bunu takip ediyorsunuz.
So, you find the character in yourself.
Ve siz o karakteri özünüze
You don't try to put yourself into a character.
siz özünüzü karaktere koymak mecburiyetinde kalmıyorsunuz.
Because the camera will betray you.
Çünkü kamera bunu size alıştırır.
Does that make sense?
Bu benim demek istediğim. Kameraya güvenmek.
Okay. See if there's anything I've missed. No, good. Okay. Are we okay? Does anybody need a break? Chat or break? Break?
İster size ihtiyacım var.
Good.
Yani bir de geldi.
Ben de. Bir kamyonum.
Şöyle sormak istedim.
Say what?
Tiyatro aktörü diye bir yapım bir şey yapıyor. Birinci haberde tiyatro aktörü ve bilgisayarın hem şey fazlası ve bizim tiyatro aktörleri yerinde bunlar da kino senesi. Bilgisayar kino hazırlıyorlar. Değilen sözler okuyor. Yani bunu okuyor. Şimdi burada bir
Or a soap opera.
Bu aktörü neden kalmış?
ben bir seviyorum.
Okey. Belki veya çok
Çok seriyalı, bu tür seriyalı uzun süreler çok seriyalı filmler.
Okay. I'll go through them all as an example. On film, they would shoot maybe 1.5 pages a day. 1.5 pages of dialogue a day. Maybe 3 on the film.
Bizim için bir günde, eğer film çekilirse bir günde bir veya bir veya yarım yani öğrenilirdi. Onun için hazırlaşılır.
On a series, a primetime series, one night a week series, they would take about 10 days to shoot. So you would shoot 5 to 10 pages. 10 pages would be a very big day. Usually it was about 5 pages a day for something like the Superman series today.
5 veya 10'a çarpmıyordu yani keyfe. Eğer bir haftalık ve bir hafta bir günlük bir film çekilecekse, yani bir haftada öğrendiğiniz o kadar sayfalar hakkında.
Ben hiç geliyorum. Öyle değil mi?
Adamı söylüyorum. A sitcom, which was one night a week, was a 40-page script, and we had 1 week to rehearse, 4 days to rehearse, and on the 5th day, we would shoot it in front of a live audience. It would be filmed with 4 cameras in front of a live audience, like a play. 4 days.
Okay. Kılavuzlu göstergeyle hazırlıklı 5 gün çekilişlere
Ondan da yani bir canlı aktör yani seriyalı kaynaklı. Ben yönetimi yaptım. O da böyle bir mekanizm yine de yaratılmış. Ben öyle şey yapıyorum.
On Santa Barbara, the scripts were 55 to 60 pages long, and we shot them in 1 day.
Santa Barbara'da bir gün arasında 55-60 sayfalık yani monologu çekiyorduk.
Monolog iyi vakti çekiyor.
Tiyatroda oynamak, tiyatroda oynamak veya obrazın evvelinden ve sonuna kadar bir çıkabilirsin. 2 saatin ərzində, yəni sən o vəziyyətdə olursan. Ama filmdə çəkilmək çox çətindir. Yəni görək ki, çünki bugün sən ona emosiyon tərəfindəyirsən. Ama Sabah onun əzəlini oynamalısan. Yəni bunlar çox çətinlik yaradır. Bir də görürük ki, bir günün ərzində elə həm emosiyalı, çətin, ağlan yerlərini çəkilir və eyni zamanda toy səhnəsi çəkilir. Orada da şənliyi verilir. Yəni aktyor üçün həddindən artıq çətin olur ki, bunu bir gün ərzində eyni başqa vəziyyətlərə keçsin. Amma tamaşa vaxtı verir ki, 2 saat, yarım saat o vəziyyəti gelirsən ardıcıl da yaşayır. Bu nə qədər düzgündür. Eyni gündə aktyor incidirsin, həm belə, həm psixnosiyyə çatdırır, aşağı düşsün. Bu nə dərəcə düzgündür. Aktyorun filmdə çəkilməli.
She herself is a theater actress, and that is why she, while we were shooting something on the theater or on the stage, we were beginning with the first part of the day till the end. We were on the same emotions, on the same condition, nothing has changed. But on soap operas or on films, we have to, during one day or during 1 hour, we have to be angry, maybe romantic, maybe just how to be ridiculous. Everything changed, and it's very hard for an actor. And she asked, is it right or not, from your point of view?
All I can say is that it gets easier. It gets easier as the more you do it. And the secret is in preparation. If you've done your homework, if you know who you are and who the people you're talking to are, and your relationship with them, then all you're really worried about is learning the line. Because the emotion will take care of itself.
The relationships will take care of itself.
Bu en önemli şey, bu obrazı öğrenmek. Siz bunu bir mesela deyip ki bunu anlatsanız olursunuz. Obrazı öğrenirsiniz, obrazı gösterirsiniz ve bakımlarken hangisine. Sadece size neler olup, neler işlemedi.
Bir de sorun klasik eserlerde bir tanışıyor, cəriyə bizim klasik cəmiyyələrdə və yaxud aslında bütün bunlara biz çox əslində nasıl ciddi yanaşırıq və bunu bizim üçün böyle bir vaxt lazım ki, bunu əks eləyək, işləyiklərində və sonunda məsələ bir işlik edəcək. Amma mənə elə gəlir ki, serialda mən öz fikrimi də istəyirəm. Serialda daha çox emosiyadan çox emosiya özgərində, bu artıq burabat ve tırmışlatır. Texnika güclü olmalıdır ki, o texnikanın müqabilində biz onu daha tezgi edək, daha tezgi icra edək. Bir daha onu mən demək istədim ki, serialda o texnikadan daha istifadə etməyə lazımdır. Emosiya öz yerində. O məsələ var. Və bir də özürstəndi, mənim oradakı iş praktisindən buradakı iş praktisi arasında özürstəndi. Orada daha çox insan xərclənir, aktyor daha çox xərcləyir. Mütləq, əlbəttə ki. Amma serialda o emosiya, o dərəcədə qalmalıdır, onu biz daha çox bitirəbilər, yəni. Sanki başa çıxsam, İngiliz mənədən istəyirəm. Aktyor daha çox serial akademisiyle böyle uzun uzadı gelir ve o
Ara verince.
Ama siz ne diyor? Ama klasik olsa daha ciddi anlaşılır. Bak onu teknik insanlardan evet.
Aktörün
aktörün insanı yok. Aktörün teknik insanlardan. Yani o seriyalarda teknik insanlardan daha çok ifade edilmeye başlıyor.
Öyle yani. İsrail'den yok.
Sizlere bağlamak şeklinde ama
on stage, on theater, we use mostly emotions, mostly, let's say, camera or other technical equipment. But on camera, she advises to use not emotions, but technical equipment and video or camera. And also she mentioned that it is right to use our emotions on both.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no difference in the emotion. There's no difference here. The difference is in the size here. In other words, you shouldn't look at the cameras and the booms as strange technical equipment that distracts you.
Siz kameraya veya yani senin adamlara sizin geldiğinden korkulu bir adamlık olarak bakmamalı.
Bu teknikler geldi.
Aktör teknikası, dağıtılık teknikası.
Bizler sanslar yani aktör öldürür mü?
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to get to. Don't think of it as technical equipment. Think of the equipment as your audience. In other words, instead of this great black hole of a proscenium with an audience out there, think of the camera as the eye of the audience and the microphone as the ears of the audience.
Yani kameranın sisteminin gözü, mikrofonun sisteminin kulağı olan.
And then forget about them.
Ve onları
The performance is the thing. It's all about the emotion. You know, that doesn't change.
Ama her yıl sağlık giden cevabı daha aydın. Üstüne göre bir vakılastik oynuyorsun, bizde bak ki ne işler, mesela ucu üstüne göre adi bir şey oynuyorsun, daha sade bir şey oynuyorsun. Başa çıksa, onun biz en tür yansımalıyız mı? Hem klasika oynamak ve neşet, günlerdir. Antik yok, yola vermeden daha taze bir yol. Yani o da ayrı kesin için başa çıksa.
We have to give the same effort to their role, which is taken from common life and their life, and which is it belongs to the classical one. So we have to give the same effort to them.
The same
Effort.
Yes, I mean, I would hope you give your same effort to any role you have. You know, I hope you're giving
Kamera.
As I say over and over again, this doesn't change. It's only the size of the performance that changes. And that does not mean that there aren't technical considerations that you have to make for the camera or for the microphone, for that matter. But the more you do that, the more you work in front of a camera and with the technical equipment, the more that will become second nature, you say. You will not have to think about it.
You've probably forgotten the things you had to learn as a theater actor. That by now have become second nature. In other words, if you're my audience and I'm playing Hamlet, I wouldn't say to be or not to be, that is the question. But there's no good in the mind to suffer because you're back here. You know, I know as an actor, I have to be facing the audience. You have to be. You know, when you're talking to another actor, you know, not if you're my audience, if this is the proscenium and you're my audience, I wouldn't be talking to her like that. I'd be talking to her like this, so that the audience can see what I'm saying. You have to have the same sorts of technical considerations for the camera, but they're different in a subtle way. Good. How are you?
doing?
Yeah,
Ben beğen şeyini kaybolmayı ve devam edeceğim. Diyecek işte.
Cinsiyetli olan olduğu adamına ihtiyacım olacak. Yani bu dönemde tiyatroda artık nəzərdə tutmalı ki, mənim qarşımda kütlə var. Həm kütlə var, həm də tərəf
I'll give you two examples about how it has become second nature.